Welcome to a new installment of Social Wavelength Conversations brought to you by socialwavelength.com. Join us for a chat full of rich digital and social media insights from the industry. Let's connect with our hosts Sanjay Mehta and Mihir Karkare for an exciting foray into the world of social media.
Hi everybody. So this is another episode of Social Wavelength Conversations. This is the first one that we are broadcasting live on Periscope. And
we are periscoping it.
We are periscoping it, yes. I was thinking of a better name. So I thought Periscope ka P and then streaming ka stream. But P stream is disgusting, right? So I don't want to call it that. I don't want to call it P stream. But it's interesting that we are also live streaming this because the topic for today is mobile and the mobile moment. So Sanjay, you want to talk about
that? Those who are seeing it live on Periscope, on Twitter for the first time, we have a series called Social Wavelength Conversations, which are actually podcasts. And so if you've not seen them before, they're there on our website. Go and find it. So this one, for example, is specifically about how mobile is getting so critical to anybody. Right?
That's right.
So I think you all know. So there's some lots and lots of data coming out about the extent of mobile access to the internet, the extent of mobile access to social media platforms. In fact, the most startling number which I read was that 72% of website views were happening from a mobile. I mean, that's like huge. I mean, it's happened in such rapid pace. So, here's the desktop and there's the mobile, and mobile is what's really hot right now, right?
No, absolutely. And I think increasingly what is happening is these shifts are not only are they clear, they're massive in the sense that we heard a couple of e-commerce sites saying that they're going to close their desktop presence entirely. I mean, imagine these guys don't make any decisions without reams and tons of data. Yeah. Imagine what and they will not let go of a significant amount of their revenue. Right?
Absolutely.
So they know that so much of their revenue, probably north of 90-95% of their revenue is happening on mobile. I mean, I can imagine that to be the case. That's the world that we live in today.
Right.
And it's not just commerce, it's everything. It's content consumption is happening on mobile. I know people who I consider crazy, for the record, who watch entire movies on their mobile phone now, not on in the theater and all of that, right? So everything is shifting towards that direction.
So shift is a good word to kind of cue in, segue into what really started inspiring us in recent days to think this beyond the data which is also coming out. But there's one more really impactful book which we came across, again coming from the Forrester Library, and they've got a way to do this to us. They inspired Social Wavelength. I'm saying that there was another book from Forrester which actually was one of the key influences for Social Wavelength's birth. But I won't get into that. The current book which I'm talking about is the book called The Mobile Mind Shift. The shift word, as you rightly mentioned. So what's a mind shift? A mind shift is when people start thinking differently. Your mind is working differently. And here, the mobile mind shift, as I say, is where a consumer now believes that for just about anything that they need in the context at a particular point of time, they'll find the answer on a mobile. Now, to reach that point in your head is so huge. You suddenly feel that as long as you have a mobile with an internet connection, you're equipped to handle anything.
Right.
I mean, is that not a massive thought that people are starting to believe?
Right.
Which actually, again, to extend that thought, again from the same book, has also defined the concept called the mobile moment. So where mobile mind shift is just a feeling that anytime I need something, I'll find on mobile. The mobile moment is that point of time or the point in time and space when you intuitively reach for your mobile to find an answer.
Right.
Now, for example, you're on the street, you want to go from point A to point B, pull out your mobile, go to Uber and find the cab. You're lost somewhere, you don't know where to find your place, go to the mobile, Google Maps, locate the place. You want to book tickets for the next movie, go to the mobile, book my show, get tickets. Reaching out to somebody, go to the mobile, WhatsApp. in that manner, whenever intuitively you feel that you just need to go to your mobile and do something, that's your mobile moment.
Right.
Now, how does it become relevant to brands?
Right, absolutely. So I think that's a great way of looking at it. That throughout the day there are going to be so many times when people are going to reach for their phone. For the mobile moment, there are going to be multiple of those moments through the day, and the whole way that a brand needs to think of this is how can we help them achieve what they are looking for at the time of that mobile moment. If you crack that, you are sorted. You are absolutely through.
Basically, you own the mobile moment. As a brand, can you own that mobile moment? So let's look at the ticketing case. A PVR could also own it, and Inox could own it. But look, Book My Show has already owned it. So now, if you say, I should also be the place where people can find an answer to their ticketing needs, if that space is already taken, you're just too late. So the mobile moment for booking tickets has been addressed by Book My Show. So, basically it's that space to take. It's like any other space to take. If you can take it, you're the one. If you're not, then somebody else is.
Right. No, absolutely. In fact, so I feel that, everybody having a connected supercomputer in their hands, the whole, it is the purpose or the destiny of that device is to be able to connect supply and demand in the most efficient way that it has ever been connected. So it could be supply and demand for content. So every time you check your Facebook, a little hormone gets released which makes you feel happy if you have a notification or whatever. So that's a supply of happiness or whatever, or you watch video, that's a supply of content. Or it could be services, right? So if I want a cab, there are X number of cabs running empty on the street and I need a cab at this point, there is a supply and demand that can get connected, right?
Absolutely.
So, brands really need to think of these things, and it's again like a land grab. Like, if Book My Show is the one right now, it is going to be so difficult to dislodge them from that space, right? If they have that ecosystem completely set, it's going to be super difficult. And I think this is really going to lead to valuations and things like that going through the roof, because these models are so defensible in my opinion.
Absolutely. In fact, so the way you conceive this is again going back to a consumer journey in the context of your brand. So in the context of your brand, a consumer may have numerous mobile moments.
Right.
And how many of those, or can you own all of those or several of those? So again, I'm going back to the same book where they describe a consumer's journey through Starbucks. So the consumer's journey through a Starbucks experience does not start when he's sipping the coffee. It starts probably 10 minutes before he even gets to a Starbucks. So I'm in Vikhroli, I'm feeling like Starbucks, for my need of a coffee, I'm thinking about Starbucks. So it starts by saying, is there a Starbucks nearby? Which is a store locator. That's my first mobile one. Go to the phone and see if I can find a Starbucks nearby. Once I say, it's so and so place, I need to go there. So I land up there. Once I'm outside the store, because I have a Starbucks card, I say, is there balance on my card? So I look up again, another mobile moment. Is there balance? Now I'm in a queue, there are 4 people before me, I'm looking around to the stuff they have, but then I again feel like, did I on my Starbucks card get any freebies, any upgrade, a free drink? So again a mobile moment even as I wait for the coffee to be ready, or rather for me to order. And then when I'm ordering, maybe to the extent it's not implemented in India yet, but globally you can just swipe your phone and pay for it. So again another mobile moment, using the mobile to pay, so you don't have to wait and give your card and get receipt and all, you just swipe and walk away. And then as you walk out of the Starbucks after having consumed the coffee, you're saying, did you get the points for this new purchase? Again a mobile moment. Now out of all of these mobile moments, if Starbucks goes and plugs the various answers at various points, they own the consumer's mobile moments. The same way, and any brand needs to pan their consumer's journey and what are the various mobile moments relevant to that brand's context, and can the brand own it, right?
No, absolutely. And so the interesting thing here is that brands also need to be creative about the things that mobile enables, which was not possible ever before. So just location.
Yeah.
I mean, location as a thing was never possible for you to know. And here you gave the example of searching for Starbucks close to me. I mean, if that happened in like a Starbucks app, it could, you don't even have to search, you just open the app and it shows you like the Starbucks all over the place. There could be an integration with an Uber which shows how much time for an Uber to come, and you click a button and it comes. I mean, those things are
absolutely.
So just a couple of examples that come to my mind very quickly. So this Periscope example, so only possible on mobile. Right? You can't imagine this happening in a mobile-less world.
Right.
Or if you look at Snapchat, they started advertising programs with brands where brands can send out, Snapchat messages to consumers. Now, when an ad comes on mobile, like a display ad on mobile or on the web, you are iffy about whether people actually saw it, whether it actually registered, right? You never know. In most cases, that impression is wasted. In Snapchat, the only way to see the ad is to keep your finger on the screen while you're seeing it, the way Snapchat interactions happen. So you are 100% assured that every impression is an impression which has registered with that user.
Right.
Not possible without mobile.
Correct.
So brands have to be open to some of these realities which are only and only mobile. I think that's going to be key.
So in fact, when you mentioned the location aspect, so again I refer back to the book, but again an interesting pointer. It says that consumers today, what are consumers' expectations of brands where mobile is concerned? So the minimum thing that consumers today expect is that your website is responsive on a mobile. So the number of legacy websites which don't open well on a mobile is not funny. So the minimum thing that you need to do is that get your website to be a responsive website. The second expectation that a lot of consumers have of a brand, have you got any geolocated service offerings? That can I, whether it's a store locator or some offer, if I'm in the mall and you have a store and you say, here's an offer because you are in the mall. So services which are location friendly. So these are the three big expectations. So as a brand, when you start now thinking of what should be my mobile strategy, first start with the consumer journey. What are consumers doing? Find or sort of script out the various mobile moments relevant to your business. And if you're building an app, don't think from your side out. Think from those mobile moments, how many of them can you address? So you say, okay, here's my app. Not, I am offering this, so let me build an app for that. That's the last way to think. Think from the consumer's journey and think what are the things which you're going to plug. Think location, stuff like that.
Right. Absolutely. Sanjay, so again, I think this is an interesting way to close. If somebody, a marketer at a brand is watching and he really wants to capitalize on this opportunity that mobile presents him, what is the first thing that he needs to do right away?
I think I'm sold on the whole mobile movement kind of a thing, so I might sound repetitive on this particular episode, but really mapping your consumer's journey and thinking through that, where all you can be relevant is a starting point. But meanwhile, in terms of a tactical thought, advertising on mobile is so impactful because you are actually able to reach very, very pointed crowd. Potentially, you might be able to advertise in a certain location only. That, if you have a local service offering and you're a pizza delivery company or you're something like that, for you what's relevant is the near proximity, and you can reach mobile phones of people in that location. Besides, of course, having other filters of age and whatever other demographic aspects, you can reach phones of people in the area. Now that's a great technical opportunity which you can grab. So that's even when you are not really fully ready with the rest of the stuff. But thinking about mobile, thinking how you're going to use mobile in your marketing strategy is very, very urgent. So if you're not started, you're already very, very late.
Great. And even if you've started or if you've not started, reach out to us. We'd love to be on this journey with you together.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank
Until
you.
next time.